Okay, so Black Clover has just revealed some history on the Yami clan. So if you use your dark magic on that like button, I'd greatly appreciate that. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, we left off with Ichika letting Asta know that Captain Yami slaughtered their entire clan, and she decides to give him a little history lesson here. The Yami clan are descendants of a group of assassins known as the Kijin. They made a name for themselves fighting across numerous battlefields during the years of war. They were closely tied to the Ryuudou family because as samurai they were entrusted with the protection of the land of the sun, and of the 5 provinces of the country they guarded the provinces which belonged to the Ryuudou family. According to the legend, this province was where a 5-headed dragon which had run rampant through the land of the sun was appeased by a celestial maiden. Whoa, they're a 5-headed dragon? Not 3, not 4, but 5? What? I do kind of want to see a little bit more of that uncovered because that definitely seems interesting. So the 5-headed dragon, the Yoryuku, seeped out into the sea, turning it black and stagnant, and that causes a distortion in time and space that was connected to hell. Spooky. And it cuts to a flashback here as we see 2 swords clashing. It looks like a young Captain Yami here with their father, and I'm guessing he's not agreeing with their rhetoric. He doesn't want to just defend some remote territory. Okay, so there's kind of a disconnect here where his father wants him to basically be the heir of the clan, but basically Yami disagrees because he's like, well, I don't want to just follow in the footsteps of everybody else. I'm built different. Yeah, it seems like there's some turmoil there. Now what's interesting here is we see Ichika behind Yami here, worried about him. Their father gets reminded of someone else looking into Ichika's eyes and raises his sword against her. And I'm guessing he's disappointed in her because he's like, oh, we don't need someone like her in the clan. She can't defend it. But before he can strike her, Yami comes in. Now that's wild. Even though it was a wooden sword, he still could have like struck her down with it. But as we see here with their wooden swords clashing, Yami seems to emit some dark magic off of it, and ironically that makes his father proud because he can see a lot of potential in him. They storm off to go fishing, and the sea is black here just like in the legend. Ew! And I guess that alters the fish in the sea, because we see here we have a demonic looking puffer fish that Yami just caught. Everyone is amazed that Yami caught such a specimen, and Ryu comes in to join them. And what's interesting here is we get a kind of a parallel between Ryu and Julius. Obviously Ryu being the future shogun of this country, and then Julius being the wizard king. But just like Julius before he was Wizard King, they had the same ideals, which of course led to them becoming the rulers of their country. And what's interesting here is Yami like slightly roasts him for it, but he kind of agrees lightweight. I'm guessing this is kind of what instilled that kind of mindset in him and why he agrees with Julius so much. So this is what kind of first sprouted that mindset of his. But Ichika here apparently doesn't agree. She says she used to think that way, but it turns out he was like their father. He was even more of a Kijin than father. So it seems as though at the age of 13, Yami murdered his own father and the entire clan. Damn! Now what I'm wondering is, was this clan not as skilled as they should be, or was Yami just like a prodigy for his age? Because of course his father was training him, and I'm assuming like, you know, there was plenty of other capable members in the clan, so for him to be able to slaughter them all on his own, I can't help but think that's hard to believe. I smell cap. But maybe he could have set up some type of plan to where he could backdoor them. I'm not entirely sure yet. But of course we see here as Ichika tells Asa that he's just in disbelief. Ichika states that right after he slaughtered the clan, he abandoned them, running away to live in a foreign country with people like you. And that of course was the Clover Kingdom. And she's in disbelief that she would trust a man like Yami. And Asa here of course disagrees because he never seen Yami act in a way like that. He believes in the Captain Yami that he's seen. And yeah, I gotta agree with Asa here because not only is him managing to slaughter his entire clan at 13 kind of sketchy, but we still don't know why he left the country without Ichika at that. But of course as Asta disagrees with Ichika, she gets a little pumped up and she's like, nah fam, I saw with my own eyes, it's the truth. And of course with Asta not being there to witness it, he's like, nah, you got it wrong, even if you're a sister, I refuse to back down on this. And that got Ichika real pumped up. After hearing that, she's ready for a little hand-to-hand combat, you know what I mean. Come to the street, bro! She states that we're resuming your training just like you wanted. And she says that she's gonna be going all out as she busts out one of her abilities, Dark Yojutsu, Dark Cloaked Black Musha. And here we see she's cloaked in like a dark samurai attire. She also says she no longer cares if it kills him. So here we see Ichika is going to be going all out against Asta using not only her zenon but her Yojutsu as well. And she has a scroll out. She's for surely not bluffing this time.
Today I got time, cuz.
Now this is definitely really interesting considering that Ichika has very similar magic or Yojutsu to Yami. I am definitely interested to see what type of abilities she would use and if they're similar to his. That also has me wondering if Yami would have a similar phenomenon as Yuno, whereas of course Yuno had 2 grimoires because he's originally from the Spade Kingdom. Would it be the same for Yami, where he's originally from the land of the sun, so he would actually from his birthright need a scroll? So would he be able to wield both a scroll and a grimoire? And would that scroll also be dark magic, or well, dark Yojutsu? So would he also wield dark magic and dark Yojutsu, or how would that work? Yeah, I gotta say this chapter has definitely opened a lot of doors for some questions, and I'm also interested to see just how Asta is gonna go up against a full power Ichika, because I have the feeling he wasn't using his full power either. But considering how Ichika performed against him before, even if he does go all out, or if they both go all out, this is definitely be a really good fight. Alright, well, it looks like Asta and Ichika are going to be going back at it yet again. I am definitely interested to see Ichika's full capability. Well, if you made it this far, I appreciate you sticking around. If you could use your dark Yojutsu on that like button, I'd greatly appreciate that. Consider subscribing as well. I know you would enjoy it here. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.